Do you know your
Now,
parents?
this is a really interesting
Yes.
piece of news
Where are
here
they from?
that I'm really
Haiti.
shocked that a lot of people didn't
Haiti.
pick up on, right? Now, if you see the name of the today's live stream, right? The title of today's live stream is Haiti's ambassador calls out Will Smith's movie Emancipation as fake history. Now, he didn't literally use the words fake history, but we'll get into what the Haitian ambassador actually said. But like I said, I'm very shocked that people didn't pick up on this the way that I thought they would. Because the Haitian ambassador actually released a statement concerning this movie a little over a month ago now. But nobody really talked about it. So I'm going to talk about it right now because I think it's very interesting. And I think it's a good thing that he called it out for what it is as well. So now, the man that you're looking at on your screen right now, right, is Gordon, also known as Whipped Peter, right? Who was a slave here in America. Now, many of you, or many of us, I should say, we all know this image very well. Let me make it a little bit bigger, right? This image, during its time, from my understanding, and obviously even until this very day, is the most well-known image of an American slave, right? This is the most well-known image that there is. And you're right, Jim Clinton 8, it is a brutal picture. A brutal photo. But this is probably the most well-known photo of an American slave that has circulated throughout the world. Really, everybody knows this photo, but not everybody knows this man's story. So I'm going to give you a quick background on who he is before we dive like really deep into today's live stream, right? So this right here is coming from the African American Registry organization. Okay, so I'm just going to read this really quickly. Not going to take too long. The birth of Gordon Whit Peter is celebrated on this day in 1850. I'm not sure why it says in 1850 because he clearly wasn't born in 1850. But he was a black slave in America who escaped and became the subject of photographs documenting the extensive scarring on his back from his overseer's whippings. Gordon was born in Louisiana on a plantation owned by John and Bridget Lyons. He escaped in March 1863 from the 3,000-acre plantation that held him for nearly 40 other people in slavery at the time in the 1860 census. The Lyons plantation was located along the west bank of, I don't know how to pronounce that, Atchafalaya River in St. Landry Parish between present day Melville and Court Springs, Louisiana. The cup to cover his scent, right? And this man's story is amazing. All right. To cover his scent from the bloodhounds chasing him, Gordon took onions from his plantation, which he carried in his pockets. After crossing each creek or swamp, he rubbed his body with the onions to throw the dogs off his scent. He fled over 40 miles over the course of 10 days before reaching Union soldiers of the 19 Corps Station in Baton Rouge. He told examiners that he had left the plantation 10 days ago and that the man who whipped him was the plantation's overseer, um, Art, Art, Arthur U. Carrier. I don't know how to pronounce that. Artayou. Arthur, whatever. Forget that guy. Not important, anyways. But that was the man who put those scars on Gordon's back, right? Gordon joined the Union Army as a guide for 3 months after the Emancipation Proclamation allowed for the enrollment of freed slaves into the military forces. On one expedition, he was taken prisoner by the Confederates. They tied him up, beat him, and left him for dead. He survived and once more escaped to the Union lines. This man is amazing. Soon afterward, he enlisted in U.S. Colored Troops Civil War unit. He was said by the Liberator to have fought bravely as a sergeant in the Corps d'Afrique during the siege of Port Hudson in May 1863. It was the first time black soldiers played a leading role in an assault. Gordon Whip Peter died on July 20th, 1907. Um, this man's story is phenomenal, right? Gordon Whip Peter It has a phenomenal story, and you would think that his story being made into a movie would be equally as phenomenal, right? You'd say to yourself, how is it possible to mess up a story such as this? And at the time when this film was announced, those who already knew the story of Gordon, I'm sure were pretty excited, and pretty intrigued at how Will Smith would depict, Gordon in this film and how it would turn out. Would it disappoint or would it live up to expectations? Right. And unfortunately, it didn't live up to expectations. The film was messed up because they turned this film into a man who was brought to America from Haiti to America, and then from there escaped, and all the other events transpired. Gordon is very much so clearly from Louisiana. This, it goes without saying. Everybody knows and understands this, who knows the history of Gordon with Peter, right? Even here on this BET site where it says 5 things to know about Whip Peter, the enslaved man Emancipation is based on, right? It states right here, born on a 3,000-acre Louisiana plantation. I mean, it's as clear as day that this brother was from Louisiana. But for reasons unknown, and I have my own reasons, my own conclusions for why they did this, they chose to turn this man's story into the story of a Haitian, right? But here's a photo right here of Will Smith as Gordon with Peter. And he looks great in this photo here, He looks great. Now, he doesn't 100% look like Gordon in the face when you look at it. But overall, when you see the photo, you see this photo, and I'm sure for those of you who saw this photo originally during the promo run, probably got some folks a little excited, like, okay, this is going to be dope, until this happened, right? Let me play this little audio for you, because a lot of people, when the trailer dropped, were confused as to why does Will Smith have an extremely strong accent? Doesn't make any sense, right? And this was Will Smith's explanation for that.
A lot of people in the comments were confused by the accent. For me, that was a big part of being able to tell this story and to be able to add textures and fibers to the comprehension of what that Atlantic slave trade was like. The character is from Haiti. So just before the Haitian Revolution, a lot of the slave owners, they fled from Haiti into America, where they thought they would be able to continue to maintain their slaves. So the accent is Haitian French. So it's that Haitian French with that Creole from Louisiana. So Peter and his wife were brought from Haiti, and that was their native language. And then their children were born and raised on the plantation in America. And so they were raised under, American English. So there's a whole lot of the diaspora of the African slave trade.
Poor Will, you can tell he didn't know what he was talking about. Will Smith did not know what he was talking about. That brother was just making up history on the fly. That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. The brother was just making up history on the fly. He didn't know what he was talking about. Poor brother. I feel sorry for him. You don't know what's going on. He's just saying stuff at this point, But it was very unfortunate that this was done to the film, right? Because it just simply isn't true. And there's no reason to completely distort history the way that they did. Now, before we continue on, There are 280 or 302 people in here right now. Please make sure you hit the like button. I see there's only 115 likes. Please, please, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Now, I'll carry on, right? Let's keep moving forward. Let me bring this back on the stream. And like I said, poor Will, brother don't know what's going on. You know, he was just doing a whole lot of babbling just now, right? And what's interesting about all this at the end of the day is that despite the fact that the depiction and portraying this man as being Haitian when he clearly wasn't, was completely bogus and outrageous, media was silent about this. Everybody was silent about it. But I guess you can say this is the norm for the most part, you know, when movies are being made by Hollywood concerning Black American history, you know? But nobody really spoke up about it. Nobody said anything outside of, you know, a few people on social media, on Twitter. But other than that, it was complete silence, right? Until this man that you see right here. We'll wait for a second for it to load up. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing the brother's name correctly. Bouchet Edmond. I know I'm butchering his first name so bad. Bouchet Edmond, you know, until he said something. Now, this man is Haiti's ambassador to the United States, and he's also the former Minister of Foreign Affairs and Worship to the Republic of Haiti. And he put out this statement concerning the Emancipation film that I thought was very interesting, that of all people, right, Haitian ambassador put this statement out. And the statement reads as such. Well, first we'll read his tweet, right? And his tweet reads like this. Read my statement on the movie, Emancipation movie, regarding some historical facts on Haiti that need to be known for the interest of our posterity. Now, when he said this at first, I didn't know what posterity means. Forgive me for all of you who do know and might feel like, oh my God, you don't know what posterity means. No, I didn't know. I didn't know. So I had to look it up, you know, and posterity means all future generations of people, the descendants of a person, right? So, you know, he was doing this to clear up the history and make sure that, you know, all Haitian descendants, right? And really the world for the most part. But he said the word posterity, so we'll stick with that. All Haitian descendants and future descendants know and understand, you know, the history of Haiti as well as the history of the United States properly, right? The tweet continues to read, thanks for reading and sharing it. Congratulations to Will Smith and crew. All right. So now let's get into what the statement that he put out actually says, though, right? Let's read what it actually says. Let me make this a little bit bigger so that you all can kind of read along too. Here, let me see. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Embassy of the Republic of Haiti, the ambassador, statement of the ambassador of the Republic of Haiti regarding the movie Emancipation. Right. I think I can zoom in just a little bit more to make it bigger for you guys. Okay. I'm just checking it on my screen as well. Okay, so we can get started now. So this is what he put out. The objective of this statement is not to engage in polemics with the movie screenwriter, director, or producer. Rather, its intent is to clarify historical fact that reflect the Republic of Haiti's epic, valiant, unprecedented, and unequivocal contribution to the cause of freedom in the face of the cruelty and inhumane system of chattel slavery. Haiti is the first abolitionist country. The embassy of the Republic of Haiti notes the portrayal of a character who is depicted as a former slave in Haiti in the movie Emancipation. Given the historical sequence, namely Haiti's Revolutionary War from 1791 to November 18th, 1803, culminating in the Declaration of Independence on January 1st, 1804, it is unlikely that the main character, Peter, had been born in the colony of Saint Domingue, is pronounced, as Haiti was known then, and transported forcibly to Louisiana, right? Therefore, the embassy of the Republic of Haiti deplores the depiction of a purported Haitian slave at a time when Haiti had been independent for so long. The person portrayed in the film could not have been either born in Haiti or a slave. Also, the US Civil War started in April 1861, more than 57 years after Haiti's independence. It's highly doubtful that the character had any association with the free and independent Haiti, during the period indicated in the movie. The embassy of the Republic of Haiti respects fully the principles of artistic freedom. However, certain historical periods of such magnitude that they deserve, however, certain historical Jesus Christ. However, take three, right? However, certain historical periods are of such magnitude that they deserve the utmost accuracy. And I agree with him on that. The memory of the sacrifices of Haiti's formerly enslaved Africans, including its founding fathers and mothers, deserve proper consideration in the world that often distorts posterity's, I believe that's pronounced, understanding of monumentous events in conformity with history, our history, right? So I agree with him on that, right? However, certain historical periods are of such magnitude that they deserve the utmost accuracy. And that's 100% true, right? On both sides, whether you're talking about certain history in Haiti, and especially when you're talking about the history of Gordon whipped Peter, right? We went through his history very briefly in the very beginning of this live stream, and he has an amazing story. And to have completely distorted the story the way that they have in Hollywood is wildly disrespectful, right? Now, I want to get into who wrote this film, right? Who's the writer of this movie, right? So we'll come over here to IMDb, right? And here's the film Emancipation. And the writer of this film is Bill College. Now, here's Bill College right here. Now, Bill College, I'm assuming he has more than 3 films under his belt that he's written, but these are like the top 3, right, that he's written, I guess, right? His biggest films. There's Emancipation, Exodus, Gods and Kings, 2014, and Assassin's Creed, right? Now, here's a brief history of this man who wrote the movie. The man who wrote this movie, Bill College, is a habitual, I think that's the word that I want to use, a habitual rewriter of history. Okay, this is what he does apparently regularly, when it comes to writing any type of historical film, right? Because he ran into hot water over in Egypt back in 2014 when he wrote this movie here, Exodus, Gods and Kings, right? Let me read you a little bit from this New York Times article concerning this film, Exodus, Gods and Kings, right? Egypt reported to ban latest U.S. Exodus film, okay? Exodus, God and Kings, the $140 million Hollywood film about the biblical escape of the Jews from Egypt, will not be shown there because it asserts historical falsehoods and spreads a Zionist view, the Egyptian culture minister was quoted as saying on Friday. It confirmed a ban in Egypt would make, if confirmed, and it was confirmed, the film was banned, but if confirmed, a ban in Egypt would make it the second Arab country this week to bar Exodus after a reported decision by Morocco to bar its Morocco to bar its distribution in theaters on Christmas, just as it was about to be shown. Egypt's cultural minister, Gabor Asfour, was quoted by agency France Press as saying that Exodus was offensive because of what he called its false portrayal of Moses and them folks as the builders of Egypt's pyramids. And for those of you who don't know, these are them folks. We speak in code. Sometimes I use their names, sometimes I don't. Today we'll just refer to them as them folks. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit if you can't see. This is them folks, right? And he said, what you're not going to do is portray Moses and them folks as the builder of the pyramids, right? He was quoted as saying the film gives a Zionist view of history and contains historical inaccuracies, and that's why we have decided to ban it, right? Now, when you look at the trailer, and I'm not going to play the trailer of the of the film here, and but what I will do is show you like a little screenshot. I'm sure the Egypt's cultural minister, right? He saw the trailer and he said, "Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Who are these people?" Right? This man that you're looking at right here, like obviously we all know he played Batman, right? In the Batman movies. But this man that you're looking at right here is supposed to be, wait, did he play Batman? I think he was Batman. But in this particular movie, he's supposed to be Moses, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is Moses. Yep, that's Moses. And if you watch the rest of the trailer, everybody in Egypt during that time period was looking just like this guy right here. That's Moses. So I'm sure the minister of culture in Egypt was like, wait a minute, who are these white folks? What's going on over here? Right? Who are these white folks? Right? But yeah, this is Moses. And he saw this and was like, no. We're not doing that. We're not playing that movie over here. Y'all keep that over there in the States, but what we're not gonna do is show this nonsense here where you got Moses and all of his people, right? The Hebrews looking like this guy. We're not doing that. We're not going to show folks that look like him as building the pyramids. No, it's not happening, right? So they banned the film and it wasn't aired. Not just very quickly. I see that there was someone showed some love to the channel. Like I said, I don't like to say the names when it's via Cash App, but I want to thank you very much for the support on the channel via Cash App. To the individual that sent me the Cash App. Thank you very much for your generous donation to the channel. But yeah, this is what he was depicted as, right? As this individual right here. And from that point on, like I said, the film was banned. Now, here's what you have to ask yourself, right? Particularly in this particular situation concerning emancipation. Why would Bill College do that? Right? Why would Bill College sit up there and make a film about Gordon Whip Peter, who is clearly from Louisiana, but intentionally and deliberately lie and portray him as a Haitian, right? Who was brought over to Louisiana. And then from there, his history transpired, and became what it was, right? Here's my thoughts on this, on why he did this, right? Like I've said numerous times on this channel, referring to mainstream media is state sanctioned media. That's what it is. And the same thing goes as well for Hollywood, right? So when you see creative liberty being taken to the extreme, as it was here, the way that always is taken to the extreme when it concerns the history of Black Americans, it's done very deliberately. And in this particular case, as it always is, right, it was done in order to accomplish what I call the people of coloring of Black American history. Now, you might be confused, right? What are people of color in Black American history? When you think of people of color, you think of, black, brown, yellow, all that. You think about everybody. But this is people of coloring as well, right? Because what he's doing is that he's inserting a Haitian into American history, right? The Black American history. And it's a history in which a Haitian had nothing to do with it. But the purpose of doing that, and why you continuously see stuff like this happening, whether it was the Harriet Tubman movie where they had the fake character Bigger Long, remember Bigger Long, the the black slave catcher that never existed, that was coming after Harriet Tubman, or whether we're talking about oh, I forgot what the name of the movie is. What's the name of the sister? She was the first black female millionaire. Please help me out in the live chat. They made a Netflix series. I think it was a Netflix series that they did on her, like a 5-part series. And they turned that movie into, you know, an LGBTQ feminist film, right? Where they made her daughter a lesbian when she clearly wasn't. There was no evidence of that, right? Madam C.J. Walker, thank you very much, Arthur Phoenix. The Madam C.J. Walker film, right? They do this intentionally, right? For the purposes of, like I said, putting forth what I call the people of coloring of Black American history, as well as, you know, intersectionalitying it up. So what happens now is that when this continuously happens, when you're taking people who are from Haiti and incorporating them into Black American history when they weren't there, you're taking characters within Black American history and making them LGBTQ when they weren't that. What that does is that it takes away the uniqueness of Black Americans being an exceptional group of people in this country. It takes away the uniqueness of Black American history by way of incorporating all these other people of color groups or different gender groups, right? Different sexuality groups where they don't belong. But then by incorporating them into the history, it now allows the LGBTQ, right, to piggyback off of the Madam C.J. Walker story. It now allows immigrants who come into the country the ability to be able to piggyback off of Black American history and flip that into whatever they can flip it into in terms of their benefit. If you pay attention, there's going to be a lot more of the movies moving forward, and a lot more films coming out moving forward that's going to be depicting and showing Asian Americans in the civil rights movement, right? Hispanics in the civil rights movement, right? You're never going to see films about just typical Hispanic history in the theaters, or you're going to see Asian history in the theaters concerning their relationship to America. It's not going to happen because the history just isn't there, not to the degree that it's there for Black Americans. So in order to assimilate this brand new immigrant population that's coming into the country, right? You have millions and millions and millions, right, of Hispanics coming from across the border into the country, literally millions. And also, if you all remember correctly, concerning the Asian population, if I remember correctly, the Asian population in America, half of them were born on their in their mother country. Half of the Asian population are born in their mother country, and they're all still coming here now. And as I always say, what, by 2064, 65, you're all going to be fourth on the population list. The need to people of color, Black history, is needed in order to properly assimilate immigrants into the United States so that when they come here, they feel like they're home. They feel like they're part of the history of this country, right? But because they don't actually have a significant history on their own, they have to attach them to Black American history. You get what I'm saying? That's what's going on here. And that's why you're seeing this happening. And you're going to continue to see this happen over and over and over. And I wish I had this queued up, but I'm going to look for it right now. And while I'm looking for it behind the scenes, because I want you all to understand how serious this is, what I'm saying, and how true all this is. So while I look up this video that I want to play for you guys, what I'm going to do is play this Will Smith clip one more time, let you hear how he just started kind of making up his own history while I find this video clip that I want to play for you guys very quickly. So give me just a second, okay?
A lot of people in the comments were confused by the accent. For me, that was a big part of being able to tell this story and to be able to add textures and fibers to the comprehension of what that Atlantic slave trade was like. The character is from Haiti. So just before the Haitian Revolution, a lot of the slave owners, they fled from Haiti into America, where they thought they would be able to continue to maintain their slaves. So the accent is Haitian French. So it's that Haitian French with that Creole from Louisiana. So Peter and his wife were brought from Haiti, and that was their native language. And then their children were born and raised on the plantation in America. And so they were raised under, American English. So there's a whole lot of the diaspora of the African slave trade.
Do you know your parents?
Yes.
Where are they from?
Haiti.